everyone. So today is October 11th, and I wanted to give a little bit of an update. I'm now 3 months out, and I am down 53 pounds and 30 inches. So I started off my surgery before weight at 250. The day of surgery, I was at 243, and today I was at 197. So I'm feeling pretty good about those numbers. I'm not stressing myself out about how quick the scale goes. I'm not weighing myself every day. I'm not weighing myself every week. There were a couple of weeks last month where I was in a stall, and I prepped myself knowing that stalls were going to happen, and I was still like, oh my God, I'm in a stall. But that only lasted a couple days, and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I went back through the bariatric app that I use. I looked at the weeks that I had lost more weight versus the weeks I had lost less weight. And I determined that, you know what, Jamie, you're not eating enough food. You're not eating enough calories. You're not eating enough protein. I wasn't even eating enough carbs. So I made sure I upped what I was eating. I got myself back on a schedule where I woke up, I ate a yogurt at 7, I had a protein drink at 8, and that got me 35 grams of protein, 40 grams protein right off the bat. I then had lunch around 11, and I had just something little, but it had protein in it. And then I would have a protein shake again sometimes. I have reincorporated in salads, which, thank God, I love salad. I'm so happy that the lettuce and the tomatoes and cucumbers are settling good on my stomach. I know a lot of people cannot tolerate those things, especially this soon or even over a year out. Sorry, my kids are playing soccer practice, so making sure they're behaving. Um, so I'm very fortunate about that. Sometimes meat isn't my friend. I have twice now thrown up. I went to Applebee's one time, and I think it was the chicken at Applebee's. I don't really think it was what I chose. I think it was not good chicken. And I barely got out of their driveway, and I legitimately threw up in the car. Am I 10? Am I 5? Why am I throwing up in the car? I was in a little city, and there were multiple lanes of traffic, and I could not pull over. I had to wait until I could pull over into a parking lot and clean it up. I was a little embarrassed. My kids were like, Mom, what just happened? You know, they're 6 and 7, but what are you going to do? I had my mom in the car with me. She drove us home after that, and I felt better after a few hours. And then the next time, I didn't overeat. Excuse me. Real life. Or anything, and it just hit me all of a sudden. I got hot. I felt sweaty. I started like, I don't want to say foaming at the mouth, but my mouth was like watering. And then I felt cramps. I thought I was going to have diarrhea. So I went to the bathroom and sat down, and I guess what they call the foamies, when it's like vomit, but more so foam that comes out of your mouth, not so much the food. So that wasn't really pleasant either. But I really don't know what could have done it, to be honest with you. So I have had that for an issue, and I feel like I feel better throughout the day when I get up and eat right away. It kind of sets me up for the whole day where I don't feel horrible when I eat later on. I'm not hungry. I'm just not always hungry. And when I'm not hungry, I could go all day without eating and then be like, oh shit, I didn't eat anything. I hardly drank anything. And it's 7 o'clock. What am I going to do? So what do? I start fresh the next day and hope it goes better. I probably could have lost more weight by now if I didn't have these moments of, oh my God, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I haven't ate. But I'm not going to punish myself. I'm not going to feel guilty. I am not going to get completely down on myself over it. And I'm just going to move on and say, you know what? It's been a long time since I've lost 53 pounds, a really long time. Like when I was 26 and I'm 41 right now. So it's not that bad, Jamie. You're doing really good. Non-scale victory. I was driving home and we got caught in a pretty significant rainstorm. We pulled into the yard and I got my kids in the back seat and I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go quick. And we ran and Aria goes to me, my 7-year-old, Mom, you beat us in the house. And I'm like, I did. She's like, I've never seen you run before. She was so happy to see me running with them. So this is what makes it worth it, knowing that I can keep up with the kids a little bit more. We went to the Great Escape over in Lake George, New York this last weekend, and my little guy is still short, so I had to ride the kids roller coaster with him. If I was 1 pound heavier, I don't think I would have fit into it. It was pushing it. It was pushing it, but I was able to get into it. He was happy I could. We walked all over the park. I wasn't tired. I didn't complain. No body aches. We stayed at the hotel, the Great Escape Hotel, that night before, and we swam the water park for 3 hours. And you know what? I felt comfortable walking around all those people with my bathing suit on. I didn't even think about, oh my God, what do I look like? I just didn't care because I felt comfortable that I was able to move without any pain, and I just felt good. I felt really good. And it's these moments that make it so worth it, you know. I Before we came to the soccer practice today, I was like, oh, I'm actually hungry, so I better eat something before we go. So I chopped up a little bit of lettuce and some tomato, a little bit of cheddar cheese, because I'm kind of not doing the greatest with milk. So there's not much lactose in yogurt, but a lot of cheeses have lactose, but cheddar doesn't. So cheddar's my friend right now. So I put some cheddar cheese on it and a little bit of salsa, mild, a little bit of sour cream just for the moisture, basically, a little taco meat, and 3 little crumbled up chips just for a little crunch into it. And you know what? I still sometimes make a bowl. I don't look at it and be like, oh, I need to make it in this little tiny cup. I went into the kitchen, I'm chopping up, doing this and that, and I have a regular bowl, and it's not heaped to the top, but it's full enough. And I looked down at it as I sat down to eat, and I was like, I'm never going to eat this amount. I'm never going to eat this amount. So I put it in the refrigerator and I said, you know what? I'll work on it later. I'll probably be hungry in a few hours. I'd rather eat little bits here and there than sit there and try to eat a whole meal. I've gone out to dinner to Longhorn with my sister twice. And what I did the first time, because I was maybe 6 weeks out, I had a loaded baked potato and ate a quarter of it. And it set really good. It had cheese on it, tiny, tiny sour cream. It had bacon, so there was some protein on it. But I didn't want to eat anything that I thought could possibly hurt my stomach while we were out because we were shopping after. And so we went again 2 weeks ago. And so I again had the loaded baked potato and I had the small side salad with it. So I ate a quarter of my side salad and about a half of the baked potato, and it felt good. Um, I just don't dare right now eat meat at the restaurant just because of what happened at Applebee's. I'm just don't feel like I want to do that again anytime soon, but I'm sure eventually I will give it a whirl. Once in a while, I still swing by Wendy's here and there, like once a month, and grab a little one of their small chilies because those are good. And I have made chili at home. I made a vegetarian one with beans a couple weeks ago. That was really good because I love beans. I just love beans. So black beans are kind of my friend right now. I do want to try some pinto beans and stuff like that soon because without wanting to eat meat all the time, I just would rather get it from the beans. I used to eat tofu sometimes. I haven't tried it yet. I will eventually probably, but I made a homemade applesauce with Splenda and a little bit of cinnamon and a little touch of ginger in it, and it was delicious. It wasn't really sweet. I don't really need it sweet, but I left it a little thick enough where it, it's not smooth, 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 and you actually have a little bit of chew to it because that's how I like it. And I've been eating some plums and banana. I like to have a slice of toast once in a while with peanut butter and some thin sliced banana on it. So I've definitely been doing pretty good. I do have a snack once in a while, and I've been eating the Skinny Pop popcorn, which is 100 calories per bag, and that settles well. I love popcorn. Um, Other than that, food's been okay, and I'm feeling amazing. I went from a size 18-20 to a size 14 jean. I was between like a 1X or a 2X. Sometimes an extra large was just too tight on me on the top. And I'm down to a large now. And I need new bras, but I'm not going to spend that right now. I've been updating my clothes because I feel like I'm doing this to feel better and not looking frumpy when I'm going out to work and stuff is what's important to me. I don't want to spend my life thinking about the clothes that I'm giving away that I had bought that now don't fit me because I want to lose weight. I am doing it to feel better and be out there with my kids more, and I spent a little bit of money shopping. I've bought some stuff on Shein, like this sweater that I'm wearing right now, and it's got this. I've spent some money at Maurice's. I hit Old Navy when we were in Lake George at the outlet and got some nice jeans for like $10. And I've been doing Stitch Fix here and there, and oh my god, I love Stitch Fix. If anybody wants a referral, I can give you a referral for the $25 off, and every once in a while I get a $50 off if I keep all 5 in the box that I've been sent, so that's a really good deal for somebody to have that much credit for Stitch Fix. And where else have I shopped? Target a little bit. I've been utilizing ThredUp, Poshmark, and Mercari as well for my kids too recently actually. And I've gotten a couple nice new jackets for winter time, which I'm excited about. And I got a new Columbia vest. So I'm kind of living my best life shopping right now because shopping's a little bit more fun than it was before. I tend to go to Maurice's a lot, with them being from size like 10 to 26 or whatever it is. I've just always gone there. Their clothes are cute. They're comfortable. They have good sales once in a while, so I go to them a lot. I am thinking about doing some clothing hauls of what I have so people can see, so I might do that sometime soon. I also might do a what I eat in a day pretty soon now that I'm further out and I've gotten a better grasp on it. I still need to work on my water intake. I still struggle to get the 64 ounces. I see people who are like a year out and they're drinking 120 ounces, and I'm like, oh my God, how did you get there? But it's just practice, and consistency, and I know I can do it. I know I'll get there soon. What else? So, I have a whole story I could tell about my kids' dads, and maybe one day I will, but I am almost thinking I'm almost ready to start to date again, but like, I'm 41. I met him online 8 years ago. What, is that what people still do at 41? I mean, not going to the bar. I don't drink. I know everybody in the town that I live in. There's like nobody I either went to school with you or I've dated you in the past or you're married to my best friend or you know what I mean? Those types of folks. But so we'll see. Shoot on that eventually. The kids joined Cub Scouts, so we've been on some hikes and out and about for that. So that's been fun. And I bought a used treadmill. I need to use it more. I've only used it twice since I bought it 3 months ago. And I need to like set up a schedule where I have to check off after I've done it so I can visually see it, because just telling myself, Jamie, go home and do it, isn't happening. I'm still tired at the end of the night. I'm tired. It's hard to even stay up to watch TV, and there's some shows I want to watch. And I'm like, why can't these shows be on at 8 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock at night? What is wrong with these channels putting adult shows on so late at night? Does everybody stay up till 11 o'clock watching a show? But so that's pretty much where I have been at and where I'm staying at. I've found certain different people that I follow on social media that, inspire me to keep going. And those days where I'm like, oh my God, I got my period. And I want to be able to binge on something. And I know I can't, because then I would make myself sick. We did have a staff meeting last month, and I had one piece of regular pizza with Hawaiian, and it was delicious. And I had one small piece, and it filled me up. Did not hurt me. But I've also had margarita pizza with the cauliflower crust, and that's really good too. So if you're looking for something good to munch on that isn't going to make you feel guilty, well, nothing should make you feel guilty, because we're still supposed to be able to eat stuff in moderation and not deprive ourselves. So as long as you can eat something and you know it's not going to make you sick, eat it. Eat it, and when you're full, stop eating it. Don't feel guilty that you're not finishing your plate. That's my advice. Don't feel guilty you're not finishing your plate. Growing up, what were we told? You're not leaving the table until you eat all the food that's in that plate. You're going to go to bed if you don't eat your dinner. Well, it was that mentality, parents, that put us in the mindset of, let's fill this humongous plate and sit there and eat it until we don't feel good anymore. And wonder why we're 250 pounds and our backs hurt. Okay. Love you, Mom. So I guess that's it for today. I'm going to try to do these a little more regularly, though. I know there's a lot of people out there who have questions about it, who feel like they can't do it because they wouldn't be able to stop themselves and they want to eat what they want and this and that. And it's all in your mindset. It's all in your mindset. And if you want to do it and you want to become healthy, you'll do it. And you'll do it when the time is right for you. If you have any questions, though, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am on Facebook under Jamie Dickinson. I am on Instagram, Jamie underscore Dickinson or Dickinson underscore Jamie, one of the two. I can add that to my next video. All right, guys. Hope you're doing well. If you made it through the whole video, put in a fall leaf because it's fall time here in Vermont.